Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, an almost smooth transition from the anticipatory thing to the actual broadcast thing. And I look very short because I'm at a standing desk. So, super weird.
Because he's that guy.
No, yeah, I'm that guy today. It's fine.
Are your legs really in shape? Like, with a good exchange? Like, are you better than us, or?
I don't know. My right leg is so much better than all of you, but my left leg's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a weird piece of jerky. It's like the small hand on Scary
It's
Movie.
a weird piece of jerky.
Yeah.
What about in between the two? Is it? Okay.
What should be there? Smoothness.
What
this
do
is
you
Kendall.
want to be there?
I've got a list of things I do. Starting with the winning lottery ticket. I would love to have, who wouldn't?
That'd be great.
All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Myth Brigade. We have some our audio shit figured out for once, I think. Internet's a little flaky around here lately, so we could experience some issues, but I'm going to turn things over to Byron Wingate, our fearless GM. Bye.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome to Myth Brigade. This might be a record. We're on live at 9:02 with even some, shout outs today, letting you know that we're going to be here. And we are happy to be here, of course. And I do have a copy. I did not get the Gen Con, but I do have a copy of the 6th edition Quick Start rules for Pendragon coming. My buddy Matt McLeod from Lurking Fears picked one up for me as a nice buddy. Shout out to Matt. And so wanted to, start things off right. And we're going to try to get down to the nitty gritty today. So normally we go around the horn and see how everybody is. We kind of did that offline a little bit. And so we're just gonna get right down to it today.
Bottom line, guys. Byron doesn't give a fuck how you're doing.
Byron's gonna kill us all today.
If you're having a good day, I might be about to fucking ruin it.
Can you remind me of how fucked we are right now? Because yes. I have a modest memory about it, but when I was drawing that thing earlier, I was like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna crucify us all. So
Jason has inspired me to kind of take a different approach to maybe the beginning of our streams a little bit, and I've been watching a lot of GM tips from my good friend Sly Flourish on YouTube, who Tim Etter turned me on to. Tim, if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, man, you gotta check it out. There's a lot of great information there, and I definitely encourage anyone on Myth Brigade to reach out and take a look at his YouTube stuff and his printed material. Fantastic. Where we last left off, our gallant heroes had found themselves in quite the beginning of an Arthurian tale. The brave knights, after seeing Arthur draw the sword from the stone, were sent off after being his Lord Protector, sent on a mission to gather strength in the north. Duke Corneus, a powerful man in the north, was at war with the king of Malahat, the Centurion King. Most of his forces had gone north to fight him, unfortunately leaving his lands in disarray and in a problematic fashion. But our brave knights, led by, well, let's be honest, no one's really the leader of this band. They just kind of gathered together. However, we may see today who is the most valorous of them all. They went to north in a search for support. After that, they saw the Duke's daughters, one lovely, one wasting away with quite a sickness. What is it that has befell her? What? Sorcery? Disease? Illness? Who knows in these wild lands of Britannia? However, Ulo and Bjorn attended the young lass, found maybe some interesting information. Reunited, well, believe it or not, the voice of the party brave Sir Beardsley, in his wonderful melodic voice, spoke with the Duchess, and with a little support from Sir Marcus and Sir Garin, was able to convince her to possibly allow the group to solve the problems of the duchy in return for the support of Arthur. A small ride to the west was not really problematic. However, they found young Bellin, a farmer, working hard from his fields, thrown from his horse, injured. Being the brave men that they are, Sir Garin led the charge to take him to his abode and for his son's help. There they stumbled across a massive feather and some information about some wild Picts, strange men to the west hiding in the edge of the forest. But they did search out that and go that way. After some unaware trekking through the wild forest of the Rostock, they came across some Picts. Ulo was struck with a mighty attack. Bjorn, covered in blood from head to toe, slayed many. The others fought them off. In the end, the Picts died. Sir Marcus, while a good man, interrogated the one Pict. They found some information and traveled west further, finding the ingredients that they needed. However, unfortunately, the bodies of 2 young squires and a knight. After that, they tracked some trails northwards to a small cliff. Upon reaching the top of that cliff, the broken body, but still breathing, of brave Sir Landry, the household knight of the Duke. Before they could really see how well he is or do anything from their troubles, a large shadow has come over the group. It lands on a perch high above them, 15 to 20 feet above the nest, as it caws. What is this thing? A 4-armed bird, a raven head, feet of a lion, wings as wide as the porch on a great mansion. As it caws over top of you, a deafening sound. What do you do?
Oh shit! I think to myself. So remind me, we had stepped out into like this. We were kind of up on a rise, right? We were up on kind of a
you're up in this inside the nest on this rise near Sir Landry, and this thing has landed a little bit past you on another higher rise. Looking down over you, hovering, it drops the deer in its hands, a full 8-point buck, into the nest with a thud.
Does it see us? Am I pretty sure it sees?
It sees
okay.
you.
And Sir Landry's right there. We were trying to retrieve him. Who's right there? Who can see me?
Can I throw Ulo?
No.
Can I throw
That thing's
anyone?
at least 12 Ulos tall.
Yeah, it's 12 of us, man.
Ready your arrows, Ulo, and I'll get my sword and shield and get between him and the rock. So if he shoots it and it tries to get him, at least I'll be somewhat of an obstacle.
So
That's a fantastic idea.
So really quick, can you remind me if these things are being dropped in the nest, are there eggs? Are there
Well,
or is that just
you could make an awareness check if you wanted to get a little closer to it. And
Okay,
search.
yeah.
and search
Yeah,
for some.
absolutely.
they're eggs, but they have like the legs of a lion on them or something. Like,
Yeah, the legs of the lion.
just the top part has to hatch.
yeah.
Just a face.
So
just a beak.
So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask for a valorous roll because this thing is massive. Its beak is the size of your torso, and it is hovering over the edge of the nest, while even above it. You know,
Do I have to bother?
yeah. So you're going to need to make a valorous roll at a -5. So that is going to make your valorous an 11.
Some dice.
I have a 10.
Well, that puts me at 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Nice. Okay. So that is strong enough to move forward. What is your dexterity?
11.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Every-
You're moving forward, right?
Oh, I thought you meant everyone for initiative. Okay.
Nah, just is.
Sorry.
I'm kind of letting you guys go at your own pace.
All right.
Great. I'll be in the back.
I make
I
sure
rolled,
to tell Bjorn that if we kill this thing, it's going to make for a great lunch.
So that's why I'm going looking for eggs, man.
No. Chicken.
Big chicken. No, I want the eggs.
Deer too.
My dexterity is 10. Oh, wait. No, I upgraded that. Hold on. What did I do? I have 11 dexterity. So I'm going to roll. I need to roll, right? I don't really.
No, you don't need to roll. I just need you to know what the number was.
Oh, I figured I was going to fall off shit or something. I was like, great.
No, you guys are pretty stable on this platform. It's pretty wide. It's good, like 20 feet across.
Is it just open? No
It is.
cover at
It is
all?
mostly open. There's like some little bushes around the edges,
And
some scrub brush and stuff.
in my head, I was visualizing one of those like pedestal Looney Tunes nests where like it's like a stick
Kinda.
with like a thing. We're like, I don't want to do that.
No, this is a cliff, like a picture more like a large rocky outcrop that is kind of tiered, and there's a higher tier past the nest, like right on the edge of the nest, which is where this thing has landed, facing you guys.
Is there cover under the cliff?
No. Well, let's see. Is there cover under the cliff? I'm going to say yes. There is a little bit of cover under the cliff. You do think, though, with your knowledge of like combat and stuff like that getting that close to the cliff would put you in danger of it being able to reach you relatively easily. Because this thing is very large. Its arms are a good 15, 20 feet long.
In the climb up to where we got here, was there any cover?
No. You could probably like retreat off of this to like an area where like some branches or like some vines or there's some cliff pieces that stick out. It's not a sheer climb. You guys were able to make the climb relatively easily.
Byron, one more question on the nest. Is it like a typical nest where it's being made from miscellaneous sort of dead soft stuff?
It is. Fancy, you should ask that question. Why don't you give me a awareness roll?
All right. How's that go? Oh, all right. Well, maybe that's possible. So that's going to be a 4 from 10.
Okay. So it's made with a variety of different things. Sticks and brush, and you even see like some pieces of like maybe barrel and stuff like that. And you do notice a like what looks to be a piece of fine purple velvet cloth that is kind of looks like it caught on one of the branches. It doesn't look like it was made as part of the nest, but yet it's stuck on the nest.
Yeah. So
and it has some like gold embroidery in it.
So I would look to Sir Garin and I would say, "We burn it."
Yes.
I kneel and I start to set a fire, hoping someone grab the knight.
You realize that it's going to be a lot harder to grab the knight than just snatch him up, and he has a broken back. Unless you plan on killing him in his descent, it's going to take some time.
I mean, he's kind of fucked now, so it's not my call. So I don't say that. I'm just there. I'm setting Byron. I'm making a fire. We're going to figure this out.
I have decent first aid. Can I go?
You know what?
drag him or something? Or
So everyone was kind of
Grab-
standing back. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. I didn't mean to
I
speak
was-
over you there.
Grab the cloak and make a torch and see if we can keep this thing at bay while we try to get this guy. I mean,
Okay.
if we can keep him from attacking any and all of us with fire, then we might be able to escape. I'm just not convinced from what I remember of the description that we can drag this guy down
Yeah.
a cliff. It feels like we're just going to have to fight. Fire would be nice.
You would probably have to make some sort of like thing out of sticks to put him on like a basket or something and lower him down from here to not endanger killing him.
Ula,
I mean-
remember Plan B when we were at the farm?
Yeah, we're still not doing that.
That'd take her on that, huh?
Nah.
Because that'd be helpful.
So as you guys are kind of evaluating this scene and looking at this thing, and debating whether or not to, I kind of pictured that kind of everyone was kind of standing around in various positions, and you could be as closer, as far away from this as you really wish to be. That Sir Landry
down the cliff with
Sir
the other
Landry is a few feet away from you. So because you guys had turned around to see what was going on as you saw this thing approaching, I was hoping you wouldn't still be knelt at his side. One thing you realize is that getting to Sir Landry will endanger you from being into combat with this thing for sure. But Ulo, I would like for you to make a awareness check as it kind of rears back a little bit, but it makes this weird twitch with its head.
I got a 13 under 14.
Almost a critical success. So it makes this weird twitch with its head as it's hovering over that. And who has a really good hunting score?
I have a 10.
I have a 10.
So
I got
yeah.
12.
So Bjorn, why don't you make me a hunting roll?
Do I have any,
So this
any
is
positive, negative, plus, minus?
no plus minus. So this hunting roll is representing basically the creature's demeanor.
I got a 20, so.
All right. So unfortunately, no. That's a fail.
Someone else roll now.
Sadly, I
So,
could not hunt in the supermarket. I've not got the skill at all. I'm just, I just eat what's prepared for me, apparently.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a 2 in falconry.
So
Where's your fucking?
Funny enough, that
Where's your
is
arm out?
actually a skill that you could use for this particular.
I have a
item.
15 in falconry. Can I
Okay.
roll?
What do you mean?
Dude, be
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah, Ulo, why don't you give me a roll?
If this fucking thing lands on your arm and becomes your friend,
I don't think that's happening
It
there.
might land on Ulo.
Okay,
I got a 5 under 15.
So you realize a couple things. So some things that you realize is number one, it is not acting in an offensive manner.
I like that.
It is acting in a defensive manner. It seems to be protecting Sir Landry.
Fuck.
And in addition to that, it makes this weird twitch with its neck. And you realize you've seen that before. Not in the neck of a bird, but a young girl.
like
In
this kind of thing, like no.
to what's her
don't you
name?
mess
The
with-
sick girl?
Oh, good. I thought it was like Beardsley's sister or something. I was like, yeah.
And you realize that Lady Swen, when you guys were attending her, when she was sick and she was having the dreams, she was making like this tick with her head. And the bird seems to be making the same gesture.
We're gonna need a lot more
That's
Gardner's Bane or something, huh?
Byron, I'd be lighting that fire with great haste, and I'm assuming maybe Sir Garen's holding the torch down, and I'm just going with the flint and
Okay,
steel to get
so
it lit.
it's like it's gonna be on, huh?
I mean, it's we're gonna have a fire. I don't know what he's gonna do with it.
Recognize the colors of the cloth that we found? Does it remind us of anything related to the place we were?
It does sort of. So why don't you give me a heraldry check?
So I know this is gonna sound crazy,
Negative.
but
It does look familiar though.
the bird's having the same twitch.
Byron, I got a 9 out of
Girl
11
did.
on the heraldry if I happen to notice it out of the corner of my eye or whatever. But I don't know that there's a reason for me to be evaluating it. So if there is, then I got a 9 out of 11.
I mean, I'm supposing you guys are kind of all talking and yelling out different stuff, pointing it out. You're the one that actually spotted the piece of cloth. So it does look to be of the Duke's heraldry, and you realize very quickly that those are not the colors of Sir Landry or the other knight.
It's protecting him. So if we're gonna get him, we have to kill it.
It's what? It's
Yeah, but
protecting its
also-
next
it
meal.
also it also seems to be connected to the girl.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any way we can,
Are we going
What's-
to kill her
what's-
if we kill it?
what's
I
bird
don't-
for?
I mean, they both just have the same twitch. Maybe it's a nerve thing. I don't.
That's part of the disease. Everyone's catching it.
Yeah, I still want to see inside of the nest. How far is that?
You're in it.
Oh,
You're in the nest.
Well,
The
that's
nest
real
takes up
fun.
the entire crag up here.
oh, okay. Do I see any eggs? Do I see anything?
You do not see any eggs. As you get closer to Sir Landry, though, it does kind of lurch toward you a bit, and it actually comes down off of its perch to the nest between you and Sir Landry.
Oh, shit.
All right. So we're going to combat.
And it reaches, it has 4 arms, so it kind of reaches out a bit towards you in a very protecting manner, trying to force you back.
I step in between Beardsley and the bird, and I pull my shield and my axe.
I sort of shout.
'cause-
Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
Well, what I was saying, because you're working on the fire thing, I want to get that going. I don't have anything I can help with that. So
Yeah, let us know, Byron, when that torch is lit, and it's because Sir Garen's in charge of it. I don't think
I'm
he's
gonna say
holding.
it's lit.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
So I'd sort of shout, then convince it that we're not going to hurt him if he's protecting the knight.
And I kind of raise my hands up. I'm like, great bird.
Oh, fuck.
If you can understand, we're here to help.
Great bird.
I
That's
turn
it.
around and look at him really,
I'm writing
really
that down.
concerned, and I pull my javelins out.
I love you, Tim. That's great.
I'm gonna back up and ready an
Did
arrow.
it answer me?
It did not. It did not answer you. Give me 1 second.
That's a shame.
It's obviously supernatural, one of the Fae. Does anyone... you heathens, don't you speak Fae speak?
He just
Okay.
did.
Use the ring. Use the ring.
I did. I raised my.
Yes,
Funny
use the
enough.
ring.
Use the ring.
This is Ogre for Hire says this needs spawn. Some of the great knights. If only.
Yeah.
Oh, great bird.
I would love a little bit of power armor right now. I'd love a little bit of power armor right now.
Fall
I just
down.
pointed out like it's
Like it's the Green Lantern ring.
right.
And it works about as bad as the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. So yeah, you reach it out in front of you, and it swings its arm towards you, trying to kind of push you back. At least that's what it looks like from its demeanor.
What if we all kneel?
I
If
was wondering that too, Beardsley.
yeah,
Show.
I'm already kneeling because I was there kind of hitting the flint and steel. So I just let us show reverence.
So Garen has the torch.
Yeah.
don't know.
I wouldn't be trusted with that. We know this.
All right.
I don't know if I could do that. I don't know.
It goes like this: you put your right foot out, you put your left knee down. Think.
I'm not an Englishman. I don't kneel.
Oh, true enough.
Well, then you'll be a fucking treat for a bird.
He's like, all this fighting today. It's a little cramp in my hamstring. I'm kneeling. Like Leonidas.
So Beardsley's kneeling. If he hands me the torch, I actually will step back. I'm not convinced that we need to attack because it's acting defensively.
Okay.
There's got to. No,
I'm not trying to provoke the animal. I'm trying to get it to be concerned with our small group. I'm not, you know, I don't have an intelligence thing on my sheet, but I know if I go over there, I'm going to be eaten.
Please tell me this is the moment where Sir Marcus comes out of nowhere and kills him.
Chuck it over the edge. Maybe it'll chase it.
Yeah, I don't.
Ulo, get in the deer.
Get in the deer.
I know I fit in the deer, but I'm not getting in the deer.
Like,
you're no fun at all.
Remember that one night? You remember?
Okay.
Try and drive it back with the fire, and Sir Bjorn and I will get Sir Landry.
Do we have our? Wait, we climbed up here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have our horses. We don't have our lances. We don't have anything like that.
Our options are to kill it or to convince it that we're here to help. So.
Since there's a bunch of stuff in that nest, can I see if there are any long wooden pieces, long sticks or anything?
For what are you trying to do with it? What's your thought process?
I want something that's a long spear, something I can sharpen the end and like put the end down and like anchor it.
You could probably make like a piece of stick, like for a palisade, like they did, you know, just cutting the edge of it. Sure, I would say you could do something like that.
Yeah.
He's building a stick.
Stop building a house. We're not staying here.
I'm playing Fortnite. Okay, I'm gonna build my little thing.
Beardsley, present the bird with that tarp that you found.
We are one, two, three.
Hold it out, like.
We may be 5, but we are 4 knights. And the fortnight is strong with fuck. Okay, never mind. I'm not doing the damn stick thing. It's stupid. So I have just to let you guys know, it's kind of timely. I have a comeback potion in my pocket. So if something goes south and I die, take that out and use it to get me back. So,
what the fuck is that, and why would we know that?
Yeah.
It's on my sheet.
And where do we pour it? Yeah.
You didn't roll.
Yeah.
You didn't roll it.
Yeah, I got a beard and I got a potion.
Duly noted.
I'll drink that shit.
Whose beard is in your pocket?
I'll be like, to Bjorn.
His mom.
Mother's beard.
But the thing is like, I was trying to figure out how this thing works, and I don't know how death works in the system, but I'm pretty sure it's coming. I don't know if I get like a saving throw, and I can be like, oh man, there's a talent through my heart, and I can be like, let me drink this drink real quick. Like, I don't know if like you can 5-hour energy this thing to get out of it. You know what I mean? I was like, oh no, I feel much better, and then continue.
Okay.
Beardsley, give me the cloth.
So yeah, so I'm thinking I was Flint and stealing it while he's holding the torch. It's lit. He's holding that up. I reach over and snag that cloth, and just sort of hand it to him. And then I just sort of bow my head in reverence. This thing's not at all aggressive. It's not like
it doesn't seem to be aggressive as long as you don't approach Sir Landry. When you approach Sir Landry is when it seems to be getting aggressive.
This is the time for one of your speeches, Targaryen.
Is this cloth like a cape, or is it just a piece of cloth? Or
it looks like it might be part of some sort of vestment. Not necessarily a cape, but possibly a.
To the best of my ability, I'm going to drape it across my shoulder and front shield.
Okay, like a sash type thing.
Yes, just trying to reflect that I'm from wherever this is from.
Okay.
I don't know.
And it's
And
like
I'm
I'm
gonna-
wearing the outfit you were wearing when you turned into this fucking thing, and I'm wearing your panties.
I'm gonna hand Beardsley the torch as I'm gonna take
Sorry.
2 steps towards it, see if it does anything.
You know, the whole intelligence thing. This is a good test. I didn't even think about that part. That this thing's sentient. I was like, it's a big fucking bird. Don't go over there.
All right. So give me a valorous check. Go towards this thing.
A critical success.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, so you have no problems. You stride into its zone with no fear whatsoever.
That's what
Does
your
it do
first
anything?
mistake.
It does not.
When I notice that, I go with them.
Make a valorous check. I'll only give you a -2 since Garen's now ahead of you.
I got a 5.
Because you know he can knock you out, so.
Yeah, so I figure we go in order of best fists. I don't know.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So what do you do now that you're in his face? You're getting close to Sir Landry. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to just cautiously move towards Sir Landry. Does he look conscious? Can I get his attention?
He looks like he could possibly be becoming somewhat lucid at the moment.
Right, and so
It's
I
just like
would
if you
say,
just one question. Oh,
I would say, Sir Landry, I'm Sir Garen. We are here to rescue you.
He said,
We don't want to die.
he says, the beast. Don't kill it.
That's my first preference. That's why I'm here. I'm taking a big risk here, Sir Landry.
Jordan says you're gonna have to explain.
Will it let
But
us? Will it let us take you?
I am not sure. And he looks towards it and he says, Gwen, I must go.
Oh,
He's like, I am not well. These men must take me. They are friends.
Gwen, it's got a name.
And
Lady Gwen, that is true.
it kind of like hovers down over top. I mean, like literally, its beak is like probably 3 feet from your face.
Could we please, could you please bring him to the bottom? If we climb with him, we could hurt him worse.
Oh yeah, because this thing carrying him in its claws and flying.
Well, but probably better than one of us.
That's the most solid medical thought.
Like, come on, like seriously. Other than climbing down a cliff with one of us carrying him, because we're not gonna team carry and climb a fucking cliff.
You can make a little like thing and lower
You mean
it down, or a
they
rope.
can make a climbing roll? For
There might be
Okay.
easier approaches on like the other side.
all right.
too.
Okay, I got it. All right.
I say, Sir Landry, Lady Gwen, it is true. We are here to help. We have got the medicine to help you. We just need to get Sir Landry back.
Let's see here. There's no real like persuasion or anything like that.
His back's already broken, right?
Yeah. Well, that was your thought.
All right. I was like, so caution's kind of out now. Like this is not. They're not known for. They're like, oh, he's got a metal suit. He's gonna make it.
Could be honest or trusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me a on. Well, you really have to roll because you're so. Let's see here, Tim. Oh, you're 13 and honest. So that's probably pretty self-explanatory from your demeanors and stuff like that. With it being a high, I'm not gonna make you roll or anything. So yeah, you manage to get over to him. It kind of backs off and moves kind of to the side a little bit, giving you access to Sir Landry.
Okay. I don't think I have a 10 in first aid, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do my best to check him out.
So
Is there an
first aid,
assistance
so-
thing? I have a 10 as well. Can I help him Can I?
Not really.
No. Okay.
So it's more just like whoever has the highest roll. So with your first aid roll, you won't be able to give him any hit points back because it's been longer than an hour.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if I could tell.
Yeah.
You know,
But
I
you
mean,
could-
I wouldn't even ask him what, you know, where are you hurt? How can, you know, we need to get you out of here, and we'd like to not excite.
You have like
this.
the highest. You have like the highest awareness that we have, though, right? Wouldn't that be some sort of like based on a like basic skill set in healing, but being able to see and understand quickly and like get insight? Wouldn't that help him like to get a little more info? Do you think?
Yeah, I could see where you could like combine them. You
All
know
right.
what I mean? Yeah, I would let you combine them and divide.
Yes, Steve, bend the rules.
Technically, that's not really bending rules. There are
It's like
Alright,
creating
alright.
an average. That's gonna
comparison.
be 10. What do you have, Steve? You got like a 50? What do you got?
Oh
I had
no,
a 20. I had a 20. And
I have a
10.
10, but
So that's a
Garrett has a
15,
very
right?
high.
Okay.
Yes, that'd be a
rolled
15. Okay, yeah, so that's solid enough. You don't think you think the initial thought that his back was broken is probably a little much, but that definitely has a problem with his hip and probably a leg.
Sure. Could we carry him, or do we need to? Can you? He can't walk.
Correct.
All right,
Is there enough junk up here to make a quick litter?
gentlemen, very slowly and carefully craft something that we could use to carry him down.
Yeah, I think you could probably have some stuff up here that you could use. The sticks and stuff up here that are making up this nest are kind of large.
Very slowly when using your weapons.
Run.
Beardsley, don't burn anything.
Well, you have the torch.
I gave it to Beardsley.
Oh, well, that's your problem
I'm
then. then you're on your own.
I'm there. I've got that. Yeah, I've got it.
Roll for cruelty.
Well, keep in mind, I'm now up with Landry. If the bird decides that it wants me, I'm just going to grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir
Grab him
Garen,
by his other hip.
Sir Garen, if it's only his hip and not his back, we should take his leg and burn it nice and sealed up.
There will be no burning.
In the words of the classic warrior poet Shaki Ra, the hips don't lie. So we have to go look at his other hip. It's fine. So he can't stand at all, right?
So,
There's no way. No.
Correct. Yeah, no, he's not standing.
Okay.
You carry him. If we C-3PO him to your back, you carry him.
Oh no! I'm just gonna put him on the front hip. Maybe one of those like
Get a
baby
baby
things.
carrier.
Yeah.
Marcus, can you help build something?
That's what I was doing.
Marcus,
Yeah,
please.
Take a quick look
Marcus.
around the edge to see if there's an easier way down than the way we came up.
Let's see here. Yeah, you do find an area that's a little easier to get down.
I'll grab whatever scraps are up here for like long
Okay.
sticks and stuff.
Yeah, you can make some sort of.
some sort of basket.
Weave a basket. That's awesome.
And I kind of got like, I've got like dice blue balls here, man. I was all excited that I was gonna get to die or something.
Boating is a skill, so if you make it like a boat,
Hey, Steve, we're not out of here yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Between here and home.
Am I still covered in blood?
Yeah.
Have you
Unless
taken a
walk
fucking
off,
bath since then?
I don't know. I forget. I was just making sure I didn't sweat it off and that I looked delicious. So
Yeah,
I really would like some glory today. So,
I mean, you do look like there's a barbecue sauce on you.
I'm gonna try and give Landry some water. I'm demonstrating some sort of kindness to Sir Landry.
Nice. Okay.
Get him in this baby carrier basket thing. Me and Marcus back.
can I strap him to my chest?
It's a master blaster.
Yeah.
He's slightly too large for that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Sir Landry's not like Ulo. That's a good strategy for Ulo. He could use his Ulo harness.
Rescue mission on.
Yes, absolutely.
And we're gonna try to skedaddle.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys managed to weave this little emergency basket type thing, and basically find a way to lower him down. You're not gonna be able to carry him. You're gonna have to like actually tie it to a rope and kind of lower it.
What is Constitution? Can I just like?
Push it now.
Yeah, he's in a basket. I mean, in like old times, did they have like remedial science classes where you took the egg and you chuck it off the cliff and you have to make the thing around it to like save it?
No.
Okay. Never mind. All my ideas are shit. You guys got an idea?
Yeah, you're doing good. You're slowly lowering him down the hill.
Slowly lowering down. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you could lead because you're big enough to catch him if he starts to slide, and then Marcus and Beardsley can. And
yeah,
Ulo
but Bjorn already knows you have the faster hands, so.
Yeah. Yeah, my mouth's still.
I'm playing
that.
Nice with the lady and making sure she continues to trust us.
Ooh, roll for flirting.
No,
Okay.
not flirting.
Not flirting.
I don't have to roll.
No, Ulo doesn't.
You really don't. You really
He's
don't.
so cute.
That's the saddest part.
So cute.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's over there just helicoptering. He's just.
What if
So,
you
yeah,
gave?
so you-
Hey, what if you gave? What if we gave the bird your never die potion? Maybe it'll turn her back into the lady.
Absolutely not.
Really not.
I apologize that I metagamed and told you that.
You can wet its beak.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
As far as we know, you've got a weird like semen sample that you carry around with you at all times,
Yeah.
and no one's touching it. No one's
Now
touching
we're
it.
just all curious if it works, so we're gonna.
That was on
spread
request.
deer blood on it.
His own little shot of Bjorn.
Yeah, that's my backup character. Quick,
We just pour it
put
on
this in the
ground.
bird.
All right.
Oh man.
So
all right.
we're gonna
Yeah. So you
start
managed
we're gonna
to.
start to exit the nest. I will bow to the great bird as I step over the edge, and we're gonna see if we can keep
Okay.
going down.
So as you step over the edge, it takes flight and soars up into the air, kind of circling over you and heading towards the northwest.
So should we follow it? Is it heading where we should go? Probably not.
It's heading more north, towards where the battles and stuff are happening.
Oh, let's bring him there. He'd be great fun there right now.
Let's get him back to where we can get him some help too.
Back to our horses and get out of here.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's the plan.
So you guys managed to extricate yourselves from this area, basically, and down to your horses, and are able to basically make kind of like a side saddle type thing that he can lay down on, so that his leg and stuff is not.
Quick
Do we not
question,
have
Byron.
wagons? I thought we were traveling with our whole little entourage. Do we not?
You guys don't have a wagon, I don't think.
No, but
Did you? Did you have a wagon?
I don't
think it
think
was-
we brought away.
No.
Or
Just-
we did.
we have a
did
couple horses.
horses and stuff, but that's
Yeah, you
not
have
bad.
extra horses, but no.
Okay.
Quick question, Byron. So, with a first, there's nothing equivalent of like herbalism, but with a first aid roll, could I find something that would dull his pain? Because there's no doubt he's hurting.
One of these like roots we have.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit.
yeah.
Ulo has a lot of booze. We were drinking that last night.
So what would that be? Shoot. What
I
would
was
that
looking.
be?
The only one I see
Something
is
like that.
first aid.
I'd let you make a first aid roll to figure that out.
or cruelty, and then I could just give him something to make it hurt worse, and that'd be
Where's
fine.
the magic medicine book we have? Look it up.
All right, three of 10 on my first aid.
Yeah.
3 of
Medicine
10.
for dummies.
You find some roots or whatever that you could grind up to give him.
So to represent my cruelty, I grind them up. He's gonna want them because I'm sure he's in pain. We can see that. I don't create like an easy to digest thing. I create something that he's gonna have to just work his way through. But
You're basically giving him mush.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is choke this down. Could you see if you could learn any more about why he called the bird the lady? I can't remember her name.
Oh, Gwen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gwen.
Lady Gwen. Yeah, sweet talking, Beardsley. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's Gwen, not Gwen. Not to
Swen.
not to correct you, but it's like Gwen, but with a C.
Swin. Got it.
Yeah.
So
And I did update and put the Bellin and the kid and stuff like that in the NPC document.
James very politely typed into the chat that folklore covers herbal home remedies.
Too
Nice.
late. Beardsley has a 2 in that. He got a.
Yeah,
he already
dude.
made his first aid.
yeah, no, seriously, folklore? No. Come on now. Byron made a ruling. Don't fucking do that. I have an inspiration, and the bottom line is it's like a Tylenol, let's say.
The bottom line is Byron said so.
Yeah.
Oh, just
so-
went in the
guess
chat
so.
quietly for posterity.
Yeah, I don't have the
You
chat
did-
open for that
The
reason.
only
I don't
person
give a
that
fuck.
threw James under the bus like that was you guys. Like,
Yeah, I didn't say it.
All right.
I would have seen. Good call. Thank you. No,
I
but
appreciate your efforts, James.
so look, I
I have
would
a-
lean in and just be like, "You'll need to chew this, and it tastes
A
like
lot.
it tastes rather bitter, but it will quell your pain, sire. I say, you are so brave to have. Can we talk about what her name is? You called her by name. You know her? Confused, like clearly.
He said, I wasn't sure at first, but somehow it is her.
Who? Who is Quen?
The sickness
Gwen.
had something to do with this bird.
Oh. You
It's
believe
the
the
daughter.
So, I see. Others have this sickness, don't they?
No, she's the only one.
So we must find a way to cure her, mustn't we?
I believe that the Centurion King's wife used some sort of picked sorcery on her.
Great.
Then-
So these
curse.
plants we have are going to do bupkis.
So then, I would ask this of you. You pledge your allegiance, and that of your house, to whatever extent you have to go to get it. And we will bring her back to you. Won't we, Sir Marcus and Sir Garin? I smile.
We will save Gwen.
And if we can, so Bjorn Mike. I don't say it, but I'm thinking, and if we can, we'll Sir Bjorn just kill it, and that we can just get on with this. Do we have an accord?
It's
I
like,
lean in. I say, because you could remain here
Oh, damn.
with those who seek to kill you. I pat him on his armor. Do we have an accord, Sir Landry?
He's like, we do. Be aware that Duke Corneus is my liege lord. So while I can swear allegiance to you, if he states something otherwise, I must follow his call.
Must you?
It's going to be months before we have to worry about that. So
That's true. He ain't following nothing.
I'll send a raven, I guess.
You'll be lucky to walk again.
The Duke's wife sent us here with some roots and shit to try to help out, right? Like,
yes.
so we are aligned in our purpose. So think not for a moment, well, unless you think you're being betrayed by your lord, which would be most unfortunate. So we have an accord.
Now, what happened to you? How did you get up in the nest, and what happened to your friends?
We were attacked by some pigs, and they got the better of us.
They look like this?
It was an ambush. They did, actually.
Holds up half of one.
Yeah.
The better of them.
We managed to kill several of them, but they overwhelmed us. And they thought that I was dead. They left me, and that bird found me and took me to the nest.
So when we were interrogating Marcus, the one guy, he was talking about wasn't he talking about some sort of crazy spellcaster that he worked for?
I assume those heathens are just led by a witch.
Well, that
Could
must
be the same person.
That must be who's
Probably the witch we're looking for.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have two options. We could send him back with another squire. We could all go back and put him up with the lady and her son, and then we could head out to try and find the witch lady.
I kind of
we've got these plants. We can go back and try and give the plants to the doctor man and confirm our new suspicions that these aren't going to work.
The plants are already back. We're on
Oh,
the
that's
way
right.
back.
They already went back. All right.
We should take him back to the farmhouse and stay there. Like, I'm assuming it's late in the day at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't want to be out here at night.
That's very true.
Let's do that.
And I believe that we should be seen to be bringing him back safely and not trusting his life to a squire.
Yeah. All right. Let's take him to that house.
Sir Garin, Bjorn, your knowledge of, and I mean no slight by this, but you are heathens after all, and so I would ask, like, when one kills a witch, does not her witchery go away?
Well, we certainly hope so. I don't have any idea if I would know that. Is that folklore?
I don't know.
There's so many flavors of heathen. They're probably not the same.
It's original or crispy. Which do you want?
I'm Norse pagan. I don't.
We'll just have to make her an offer she can't refuse.
Ooh, the horse head.
Yeah.
I think we're all three different flavors of heat.
Oh. I glance at Sir Marcus like, whoops.
Like Neapolitan ice cream.
Suffer not the witch to live.
Yes.
This
This is
Sir
a question.
Marcus the Pious is got the witch doesn't stand a chance.
Should we hunt her now, or do we wait and let her regroup her strength? And we've killed some of her closest allies, have we not?
And
I say we got to secure this guy, and we don't want to witch hunt at night.
No, you are right. As the night falls, their powers grow.
Are we good? Are we in agreement here?
yeah, let's bring him back.
Okay.
Tally ho.
So you guys head to the farmhouse.
Yes.
Okay. You know where that is at because you made the beeline from the farmhouse this direction. So relatively easy to navigate your way back. As you're riding up, the young boy comes running out and it comes up to you, Sir Garen. He's like, I think you found him. You found the other night.
Yes. And he's hurt. We need to put him up for a while.
Very well. I'll go get Mother.
I lean in before he runs. I say, don't tell your mother this.
Beardsley?
But Sir Garen faced a horrible monster on the crags in a nest. He sent it. He didn't even have to slay it. It fled. It fled in the wake of his greatness. Don't tell your mother,
Beardsley,
but
too
remember.
much.
Cut a guy in half.
I kind of got that.
Yeah, do you have any
This poor kid's like,
any rags or anything?
That was quite impressive.
Because I still haven't washed. I am.
all right. That's a
carry-like
contender.
thing.
So he runs off and he gets the mother, and then as the mother comes out, he kind of points you over to like the horse trough.
No, that's not going to do. This is a night. We need a bed.
No, for
us, for us
For
to
him to
wash the
wash.
blood off of our
to
Oh,
watch
for him
the
to-
movie.
I thought you were like pointing there for us to drop the night over in.
I'm like, good night, sir.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
No, they'll fix up the couple's bed for you.
So now we could also stay here until Sunday when some of you that were hurt.
You get the equivalent of a short rest. Oh, I feel better all of a sudden.
So what you
prostate.
could do, is that you make a good point there, Tim, and that is that it doesn't have to be a every single day type of occurrence. You could spend the next couple of days maybe searching out or doing some recon to see if you can't find where the sorceress or the rest of her band are hiding.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
And then after Sunday at noon, you could ride out to attempt to.
I would think that the squires we sent with the herbs get back, deliver that, and then head back in this area to rejoin us. If they didn't see us, they could wait at the farmhouse somewhere safe. But once they get back here, they can go back and take Sir Landry back to the castle proper.
You know what? I was wondering, something Beardsley said when he was threatening Sir Landry. Is it safe to send him back alone? I mean, maybe it's better to keep him here and let the farm wife mother take care of him until we can take him
He's
back.
not a doctor. He's not a doctor.
He just needs the attention of their physician.
But also this farmhouse wasn't far. I mean, we left
Yeah, it wasn't.
and then took a right and walked for like 2 hours and got there. So
Like they're under the same HOA. It was that close.
yeah, no, I gave them a fine for leaving their trash can out 2 weeks ago. So
That's
I
awesome.
want to get back to this, and I think we should go back to the actual hold, and
So can we agree? We do not discuss the abomination
I hear you.
as yet.
Yeah, because I think we got a sense that the lady was up to no good. The Duke's wife. I would.
Obviously not in front of the family.
Yeah,
But
I
she did say something about being married to one of them for peace. Don't forget. Being married off.
I agree as long as I can keep the feather.
I can make so many arrows.
Yeah.
You could.
Oh, one really large one.
One really big one.
One ballista bolt.
Much more accurate than most.
Like a regular crossbow in Ula's hand, is like a ballista.
So are we saying that we're gonna, as part of, we'll spend the night in the morning? We were talking about possibly doing some recon. Part of that could be to take him back. It's only a couple hours.
That's true.
Is that what we want to do?
I think we should.
What day is it?
What day is it? If I remember correctly, you guys went out on it Friday.
So we can only do like a day or so of recon. Hopefully find where they're at. Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
A couple of us take back Sir Landry and a couple do recon.
You could, and then reunite here. That would also be something you could do.
So split the party. Great idea, Marcus. That always works out.
So this system is more akin to being able to do stuff like that.
I know, just
Yeah, it's not like Cthulhu where you're gonna die a horrible death. Well, at least
We've agreed that we're staying the night, right?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody agreed you were gonna go out.
All right, I'm gonna go off prior to sleep and do a little prayer, a little ritual sort of thing for my pagan values. I would, I just got out of war. I did not die.
Is that what we're calling it
And
now?
I feel my ask your sister as I walk outside with my
She's dead.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah. So the night goes uneventful. You do hear, some sounds that are a little closer than you would think. What sounds to either be like some wolves or something howling in the distance, closer than the edge of the forest, but yet not directly up next to the house or anything like that.
See what Sir Landry knows about the witch that might have put the curse on her, and anything you might know about the Picts in the area.
He just said that they had encountered them. They were ambushed by a party of them.
So I stay super close because I want to know about this witch for other reasons, but I'm just like, okay.
He says that at first they believed that it could have been the wife of the Centurion King, but she seems more an advisor.
Do you have any reason to believe that the Duke would be looking to make any sort of peace with the Centurion King?
I mean, obviously peace would be better than war, but you didn't really get the idea that he had a lot of say in what was going on. That the Duchess seemed to have more of a say. And such.
Would she have been the type that would have bargained her daughters for this peace?
Yeah, possibly. For sure.
I would.
And then you got the idea from the information
Maybe
that you got.
maybe they're being blackmailed. Maybe the whole deal is,
Well, it's
you
in this
they
area.
bewitched her.
It's not an unusual deal for marriage to be a part of the peace pact, I think.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, no, I'm just. But it could be willingly done or coerced. you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I think you would come to a conclusion as that why would she make a deal with someone that, or maybe the curse could be used as a blackmail?
That's what I'm wondering.
Like, the only way you'll save your daughter is if this was done, almost, yeah, exactly like a blackmail side of things.
Might I ask, what were the circumstances under which Sir Landry was here and in the midst of this? Is there any chance, and thinking to myself, the internal dialogue, or maybe with Sir Garrett and the rest, when Landry's not, conscious or there, is there any chance that he was meant to die in that field? It seems.
Sir Landry?
I mean, he picked the. We made such short work of them. I've had a harder time relieving my bowels in the morning than what we did with them.
Well, we are good.
It was 5 nights, and in his case, it was just 2.
It's true. And his fellow knight was very young.
I don't. It's still possible, Beersley, that there was something afoot here. I mean, I thought he was sent to get the same plants we were sent.
Yeah, he was. That's what they originally went for.
What? I don't say shit because whatever. But
Shite.
yeah.
Right.
Would is there any chance though that that's a fool's errand, and that we are just slightly more successful fools?
There's a very good chance.
What does this root do? Well, the farm wench, where did she go? Madam!
She's around.
Oh, I'd find her. And good lady. Oh, can you remind me, Byron, what the roots were that we came to get?
But we sent him back already.
Yeah, we did.
You did send it back already. There's arrowroot and something else.
Gardener's Bane.
Gardener's Bane.
I was like, my lady, clearly You have a penchant for caring for your family. Are you aware of these two roots and their purposes as curatives?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I would ask if, are you aware of these two roots and their purposes as curatives?
She knows that they grew in a forest, but she's not. She's in no way a skilled doctor.
These ones make the soup taste like shite.
Then what I would say in exchange to that is something to the effect of, well then, it's good that luck's on your side. Just walk away from, like,
Yeah. You should try these roots.
yeah.
Here.
Children, run. She doesn't give a fuck. Shit. Okay.
So, Beardsley, what do you think about you being one of the folks that goes back with Landry? It'd be interesting for you to get the take of the Duke's wife when he's brought back alive. I think her reaction will give an answer to your question.
And leave you to face the witch alone.
Well, no, we're not. We're just gonna see if we can find the general location of the witch. So I don't think we have any designs to go on this
No
mission
plan to
alone.
face the witch alone.
All right, no metagaming, guys. But I'm like, fuck. In my head, I'm like, really?
No, we'll need your sword, but we need you to go play court orator too. We need you to go do that. Don't send me. I'm not going.
I know where to spend my
know,
points. Yeah.
It would seem that maybe Marcus and Beardsley are good choices for that.
It would be. Both of them are the two that had the Duchess's ear.
And
my idea was to kill the bird. So
and also, God's
That
love.
was an option. I'm just saying.
I was
that was an
also
option.
in for killing the bird, but
Yeah.
I'm just,
so we'll
saying.
do
I had his stat sheet right here.
the day's not over. So
I suppose that's true.
I basically flipped a coin and was like, I'm going to be gored to death, or
someone roll a new character. Yeah.
see if something good happens. If that's a good plan that everybody agrees with, I think it's worth a go.
Understood.
That'll leave Ulu. You're good at survival and tracking, right? Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get out and at least find do some scouting.
Okay. So in the morning, Marcus and Beardsley are going to take Landry back.
Yeah.
And then Bjorn, Ulo, and Garen will remain here. And basically, so is your plan to go back and come back in the evening before dark? Because it's only a 2-hour ride.
Oh yeah, just
It might be slightly
see.
longer with taking time because you're going to have to go a little slower. But we're going to say it's probably going to take an extra hour into the trip in order to not like injure him.
I asked him to bring back more spears.
Okay. You could probably find some more stuff from the armory. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I want ranged weapons. I don't want to be trying to hit someone with a hatchet.
Oh, you have a long axe.
Some are longer than others, I know, but I would like
That's fair.
I would like some air in between me and.
Just tripped over my dog. Sorry.
Oh.
See the dog.
Yeah. It's a big puppy.
I want to see the baby.
He's sleeping even now.
Okay.
While they're
Perhaps he'll
gone,
wake
you
up.
just kicked him.
Yeah. Sorry.
Bjorn,
Maybe
Ulo,
dead.
and I would probably head back towards the woods and see if we could get any sort of tracks that would lead us in the direction of.
Okay. Yeah. So you head back that direction.
That'd be hunting.
And yeah, so this would be like hunting. Yeah, absolutely. So I would assume you would make your way back to the area where the picks were. You do notice that someone has been here from the last time that you were here. There's evidence, obviously, of animals that have come and like kind of dug at the bodies and stuff like that. You had to bury them. You just left them in the forest. And so
Neatly stacked.
there's some evidence that like maybe a bear drug one of them off or something like that. But you do find evidence of some sort of more interaction, like they were searching the bodies or something like that.
Are there any sort of,
can we
general
do,
markings? Are there anything?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Steve.
I wanted to see if there were any sort of like pagan funeral rites or anything, any sort of markers, any sort of things to like revere the dead, or if they're just left as, you know, if it's seen as like the warriors died, so they're elsewhere, they're better now. You know, I'm trying to glean what I can from the scene I see to see which of our varied takes on heathen bullshit we
Gotta understand. It doesn't look like they were. It doesn't look like they were buried or anything like that. But it looks like they were searched. Perhaps maybe that they might have had something in their possession, or something along that lines.
And I was going to look for like tracks or like where they could have come from to get to the bodies to maybe give us a direction to search.
Hey, Diff, yeah, you can go ahead and give me a hunting roll.
Hunting or awareness?
This is hunting, I think.
I got a 10. Critical success.
Nice. So yeah, you do happen to find some tracks that lead deeper into the woodland.
I would like to really quickly see if there's a body that did not get looted.
It looks like they were all searched, at least.
Both halves?
Did we find anything?
ooh.
We kind of went through all their stuff. Did we get anything? We took weapons, but did we find anything of interest?
So, I mean, you basically didn't find anything in particular that stood out to you at the particular time. But you do, as you kind of glance around and stuff like that, with your awareness, you do see like a bag that kind of looks like it might have got cut off of one of them, or maybe come off or dropped in the fight. And it has a variety of like stones in it with runic symbols.
I read runes.
I was gonna say, hey there, big guy.
Yeah.
Like,
so these look to be some sort of rune for that purpose.
Oh, so these are divination runes. Okay.
Yeah. So
I want them.
okay.
So,
you can take them.
It's a bag of rocks. You can keep it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you can
We have a
the bag of
mage
rocks.
now, and he's a Dane. What the fuck?
Do you know how to work those things, Garen or Bjorn?
I do. I have stats in it. Yeah. My dumb ass put stats in it.
That's awesome. I want to see if you can tell us what's going to happen if we go deeper in the woods.
What I love though is just think about this as a
check the
group.
bones?
He's got the power. Like he's legitimately got the power. But will we believe him? Because it's him.
Yeah, like he says you have to hit him with an axe.
Yeah.
He says we should go in order of height ascending. So Ulo's up front. Sadly, I have a very low number in runes, and that may actually just be based on the system literacy. So I'm kind of afraid.
Don't forget, you could use your passions.
Oh, this is your moment.
That's correct. Yeah.
Bjorn.
Good point.
Just chuck.
All right.
Just roll and
All right.
make
I
something.
stop. I invoke a love of family, which is a 15.
Ooh.
Because I am far from home.
I would have known that was what you were into. I'm just
I love your family specifically. That's a 6, which is less than my 15 there for family.
Okay.
So that gives me a bonus to
Plus 10.
plus 10. All right, I'm gonna roll for reading runes. That's an 8.
So what does this look like? Like, what do you do? It's like put them in a bag like a bunch of or shake them in your hand like a bunch of Scrabble pieces, or like what does it look like?
Surprisingly to the others in my group for how coarse and callous I can be, I kneel and I clear an area. I actually definitely sweep sweep debris out of it, and I make a circle. And I reach into the bag, and I flip it onto my hand, and I close my eyes, and I mumble things, and shit you don't know because you're not in Denmark, so fuck you guys. And I extend my hands, and I utilize this piece that I found last night in my thoughts and prayers regarding my sadly continuing existence, despite going into battle and seeing a giant ass bird that could have freed me from this hellish plane, but I am still here. So I kneel and I cast these things, and I look, and what do I see, Byron?
12 points.
So are you asking a specific question, or are you just kind of like taking in the power of what maybe it's?
Take me to the witch.
Yeah, I want to know the direction that we go to have the greatest impact on retrieving this, healing this blight.
Okay.
And figuring this thing out.
Yeah. So
because we have the option of going deeper into the woods or heading north into the there, and I want to know. I just want guidance a little bit.
So Lo and Garen, you see him basically, create this little area, and he kneels down. He's making like prayers to the Viking gods and so for the Danish Viking gods. And is there a particular god that you revere more than another?
Satan.
Yeah.
All I can picture in my head is the Swedish chef.
No, this would be Tyr, the god of war in Germanic tribes. So okay. I want to see where the war is. I want to see where we should go.
Got it. All right. So you kneel down, and as you're hanging there, your hair's kind of hanging in front of your face, very very Viking-like. It's not pulled back in a ponytail, but all loose, and kind of wet from sweat and stuff of moving around. And so you see Bjorn, kind of his eyes kind of roll back in his head a little bit. And he like at first it's like he loses his ability to kind of kneel, and he puts his hand down in the center of the stone. And as his hand pushes the stones into the ground, Bjorn, you can feel the breath of the earth underneath your hand. And as it reverberates in your heartbeat, slowly begins to match the breath of the earth that your hand is in. And as that happens, you sense what looks to be almost like you feel like maybe rain is falling on your face, but you reach your hand up, and as you reach your hand up, you realize it's blood. And you're standing underneath what seems to be like a waterfall, the edge of a waterfall of blood, and you peer through the blood, and you could see picked bodies spread all amongst these wet rocks, and water running off of the bodies, and it trickles and bubbles almost like foam on the top of a mug of mead as it rolls away down a small stream. And you could see arrows maybe sticking in some of them. Definitely looks like some sort of battle has happened here, but it's like almost in a cave, and at first you can only see so far, and then you peer further back, almost like a telescope looking up into the sky. You can see light that begins maybe further away, back further in time of what is to happen. And you can see in the back of the cave, like these almost looks like roots and stuff from some sort of trees and stuff that are above, that are hanging down, almost making like some sort of curtain. And you could hear like a hum. At first it sounds like a singing. It reminds you of a lullaby, perhaps, that your mother sang to you when you were young. then the words don't really make sense, and it becomes more rhythmic as she chants. And you take your hand out and you peer behind the curtain of roots, and there, sitting with a human head on this pile of coals, its skin charred up the sides from the embers that are glowing from within. Its mouth hangs open. You can see the burning coals in its mouth. And she takes her hand and she reaches in and she moves her fingers around, and you see its eyes and pieces of its charred flesh kind of twitch as she touches parts of it in her brain. And then you can see her behind it. Blue paint down sides of her face, almost like she took her hands and just drew down like this. And she looks forth and she meets your eyes. And she says, "Come as you may, but part of you will not leave. Go beyond. I can feel you, your presence, your weakness. I shall feed upon your fear." And then you shake back out of it.
I'm thinking, I so wish Beardsley were here.
Holy fuck. No, that was no, just gonna say, like, for the chat, that was badass, wasn't it? Also,
That's great.
stay away from runes. I'm just saying. Get a good 8 hours of sleep, stay in school. Don't do runes.
Bjorn, what happened?
That was a triple word score. Good job. I like that.
Triple word score.
Dude, so far it's behind the
I was
curtain of
rolling-
rocks or
I was
roots.
rolling for initiative.
And now I'm going with, what did you say, Tyler?
That's a triple word score.
All right, I've got a
Triple word score.
word score.
shit.
I'm gonna let the chat vote on the episode title once we're done. So before we call it a night, Byron, I got 4
Yeah.
candidates so far.
But I stand up and I wipe non-existent blood off my face, and I turn and I explain what I saw. In a very good summary, because you guys just heard him explain it, and my memory's shit. So I'm like, oh, good, evil witch thing, good. I didn't say I had a good memory. But no, that was awesome.
That sounds pretty fucking insane.
How do you feel about that? Like,
You gotta try these things. And I hold
no,
out a
I
little
meant
bag.
like,
That's this little bag of mushrooms.
I was all excited
that was,
to find
that was a
way to
ritual
go
last
out.
night. That was
Yeah.
like
I
this microdose isn't so micro, you guys. It's not.
Well,
Okay,
first of all, does he have any sense of directionally where we would be going from that, or is this just a kind of
So
visionary warning?
he could find a when he takes his hand out, there are leaves kind of covering parts of his hand, and if you look at the imprint in the thing, the leaves are on a certain finger, and Bjorn can kind of feel that it's that direction, almost like
Spells out. Go north, you moron.
in runes.
Is it the same way my critical success on hunting points is?
That's awesome. Less scary, definitely less scary. Follow the tracks.
So we're looking for some sort of cave.
How you feeling about going to find the witch lady, Bjorn?
I'm awaited. I have to.
You do have to reproduce, by the way, in this game. It's a goal, so I mean,
I'm trying.
All right.
Check.
I suspect that we could just head back to the house.
Okay. So you guys done some scouting.
party.
You think you have a good idea of the direction you need to go at this point. And there's probably a variety of other things you find out during the day. Some pick tracks here and there, and you kind of follow them a little bit further into the woods. I would think, rather than just that's it.
Trust Bjorn's vision.
Yeah. And so as you do go like slightly farther, maybe like a quarter of a mile or so, you can in the distance make out the sound of flowing water.
Okay.
And so you guys retreat back to the farmstead for the evening. And you probably spend a good 6-7 hours out looking for these things. Maybe starting really early in the morning, even before Marcus and Beardsley leave to take Landry back. It takes them about 3 hours of riding to get back. Of course, the gentleman, let's see if I can remember his name here, was Arctis. Arctis was the gentleman that the young knight that was there at the household. He greets you. Obviously, he goes and gathers some other servants to come and help, and also Bellin, or I'm sorry, that's what was his name? Forgive me. Would have been Boyden.
Did you say Bellend? That was great.
I did say Bellin, but Bellin was the farmer. Boyden was the doctor. And so he goes and gets Boyden and several house servants and so forth help to carry Sir Landry into his chambers so that they can attend to him. So with that, the herbs and stuff, obviously he already has those because it's been a day or so since that has happened. So he would have already been able to. And he's like, your squires brought the herbs. Well done.
Have they had any effect? Is it too soon to tell?
It's hard to tell. The girl's sickness is not as intense as it was. She rests.
She rests
perhaps
because she's allowed to. May we see her, please?
Yes, most certainly. I know the Duchess will want to see you first, though.
Of course.
Of course she will.
Yeah. So, she doesn't come out to see you. She expects you to.
Of course, yeah.
Of
So
course.
we would clean up.
Go to her first?
No,
or?
so we would clean up because we got
yeah.
some spatters of blood. We got to take care of that. Like,
Well, you probably cleaned that up from yesterday.
Maybe who knows? Like we make sure that we look like we fought, but whatever, bro. It's fine. And mostly with Sir Garen. That's why he's not here yet, because he's still fighting. Dude, I don't mind working on a shadow if it's useful. So we clean up and smell up or whatever, and we approach.
Smell up.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. All right, yeah. So you guys go to see the Duchess, and she says, "Where's the rest of your party?"
They remain on the hunt. Duchess, I of course.
I don't remember sending you on a hunt.
I realize that. And my apologies for not sending word that we found our own hunt. The illness that plagues your family is not a disease. It is the curse brought by a witch.
A curse?
So
What
I'm gonna
nonsense.
try to read her so hard and see if she can, because she kind of opened up to me a little bit. We got a little bit of what's going on kind of thing. So
Just what nonsense do you speak?
You're beset by enemies in the north. You have the Picts. You have the Centurion King. Is it not possible that someone may have arranged for this to befall your daughter?
Do you believe a wizard?
We don't believe that there's anyone more mighty than you. What we believe is that someone is using deplorable tactics against you in this war. And that good Sir Landry has suffered grievous injuries as a result of it. And we wish to bring justice to this house. And despite the fact that we have no loyalty beyond our bond and our common interest, of course, I look at her knowingly, we will not leave until it's done. But we wish to see the girl. she suffers greatly. We wish to see the merits of our efforts around the medicinals that you ask for. They were delivered quickly, weren't they, Marcus? Was it your squire?
Yes, our Lucan brought them here.
They did. Perhaps that could be arranged. Maybe after dinner.
I am not hungry, madam. I will not eat until I see justice done. Well, I would say, unless that's days, but I'm most interested, having just arrived, in knowing that my comrades are facing certain despicable characters to see the ailing girl.
Very well. She says we shall see her. And she snaps her fingers and has some attendants bring some wine on a tray and kind of follow her. And she walks with you. Marcus, are you following along?
Yes.
Okay. Do you say anything, or you just let Beardsley take the lead on the speaking side of things?
Watching her behavior.
Shit.
Okay. So you did, from watching her behavior, you did read her as if she didn't believe in magic and so forth. Those things are obviously not something that she believes in. You do know that she is a Christian woman. So her disbelief in the pagan practices and stuff like that could be from that. And she is a British Christian, not a Roman Christian.
Good. We go down.
Marcus would be able to tell that from his the way that her cross is made and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys go and attend to the girl, Boyden is there. He's putting some. No, actually, Boyden's not there because he is attending to Sir Landry. So yeah, there's no one there currently with her.
So except
for you guys.
I'm gonna take a bargain. I'm gonna say a bet, a wager, and I'm going to sort of. First of all, I'm gonna. What's the situation that I see with the girl, Byron? Is she?
She seems to be sleeping, but she's kind of like in some sort of dreams type state. She's mumbling. Her eyes are twitching in some sort of a REM sleep state. Basically.
I'm going to go to her bedside and kneel down to pray and actually offer her prayer, but try to listen into what she might be whispering.
Okay.
Call. Yeah, good call. So I think Beardsley's standing back as this happens, but I've got an idea on the other side to see what, how that plays out.
So let's see here. I don't know if there's necessarily a. Let's see, what skill would it be to for hearing something? Is there something on them? Probably not.
Like awareness.
Yeah, I guess awareness. Yeah, let's do an awareness with a -4.
7 out of 6. So no.
Okay. So I know that it's been a while since we played and stuff like that. This might be a good opportunity for you to evoke a passion. Maybe perhaps in a spiritual passion.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Or something along that line.
Bring that Jesus, Marcus. Bring it. Bring that Jesus. Come on.
Was it 10 out of 16 there?
Okay.
For spiritual.
So yeah, so I'll give you a +10, which would then be a 7 out of 16.
Okay.
Which would be a pass. So I think that's fair to make sure remind of the system here in the background, since we like to be really into the role play side of things and kind of ignore rules sometimes, which is fine. So she mumbles a few things. Basically, that she says Landry's name, and she says he is safe.
He's what?
He's safe.
Oh, okay.
The mighty Karen.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yarn killed a dude.
Cut him in half.
Carefully, quietly stand up. I don't want to wake her. And move away back to where Beardsley and the Duchess are.
All right.
So while he's doing this, I'm observing her physical person. Is she growing feathers or some weird fur? Or whatever? Or...
No, but you do see that weird twitch that the bird was making that Ulo and Bjorn were talking about.
Or she's gonna fucking exorcist neck.
By the power
It's not that bad.
of
It's like
Christ,
it's like a tick, dude.
by the power of Christ, I
So-
compel you.
So Byron,
Christ is that compelling.
I don't think there's. Let's see. Okay, so what did Sir Marcus say to Beardsley? Because
I was, when I got back to the Duchess, quietly to her, is like, had your daughter been wakened and informed of Sir Landry's return?
Not that I am aware of.
No, she's
Boyden asked permission to attend to Landry. Unless he said something to her or in her presence.
She obviously as a Christian she wears, Christian stuff. Does the girl?
Yeah.
Does the girl
Yeah.
also? Does the girl or no?
She does, yeah. The girl does have a necklace with a cross.
Is it upside down or anything weird?
No.
Okay.
Valid question, though.
I mean,
not as bad as it would seem either. It's the symbol of, I think, St. Peter.
depends on who's wearing it, really.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't metagame that, so I don't feel like Beardsley has any context to understand what may be happening versus what he thinks happening. He's convinced she's turning into one of those things. He needs to kill her before she wakes up. So like, Marcus, please, I call him over.
Go to him.
What did she say?
She kneels. The Duchess kind of kneels down over her daughter, kisses her forehead, and is whispering to her and paying attention to her as you guys are talking. So you're able to talk without her necessarily overhearing what's going on.
What did she say to you?
She was whispering about Sir Landry. She seemed to know he was safe. That's why I asked if anyone would wake her and told her. Seems to might confirm that she shares an awareness with that creature in the forest.
Byron, can I make a leap of? Who knows? I'm probably wrong anyway because I usually am.
So in Pendragon, remember that you are your knight. So if you can make the leap in your mind, then Beardsley can make the leap in his.
She wait. Do we know was there a relationship between this young lady and Sir Landry?
It was the other guy.
Well, I know, but
No.
There was no relationship, any intimate relationship or anything between them. Just that he was a household knight that's been a household knight for a very long time. So he would have seen her for all the time that she's been born, basically.
gross. Okay, so the other girl's name was, I wrote it down, but then I apparently don't.
The other sister?
Yep.
The other sister would be Aifton.